Okay, folks, welcome to Best Stock Charts for the coming week. I never have done this live, but we're going to go live. Why am I doing this live? And most of you that are joining in right now probably don't even know who the heck I am, because I'm never on a Friday night. I am usually on Sunday nights and Thursday nights, as well as on Tuesday mornings through Thursday mornings. And that's at very, very early in the morning, 5 a.m. We go over the futures market. My name is Bob Desmond, owner of the Contrarian Trader. I trade stocks. I'm not one of those day traders. There's some good day traders out there. I'm not knocking it, but I'm not here to sell a course or anything like that. We're just here to talk charts and to talk about the week that passed, the potential for the week that's coming, some stocks that we're watching, and kind of a lesson I hope that I was able to deliver this morning when I woke up. We heard that the president was under testing for COVID. He did, in fact, have COVID. And I sent out this video this morning before the market opened. It's posted on YouTube, but I'll share the screen. I'll link to it at the end of this video as well. And it just goes to show you that it's really important to not react to the knee-jerk reaction of the market, meaning the knee-jerk reaction of the market was to automatically panic and to sell off in the futures. And I cautioned this morning, it looks ugly, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to see a rally back. Why? People absorb the fact that the president has COVID. Is he asymptomatic? Is he doing well? And they'll take their pulse on which way the market's going to go from that news. But you also had the extra added benefit of having positive headline news come out regarding a deal with the Congress, meaning the House and Steve Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary, coming up with a deal to provide COVID relief, and that would spike the market. So there was no reason. Hey, there we go. There's a familiar face. He knows me. And the reason why I'm on. All right, so I'm probably going to get asked. Usually on a Friday night, Saturday night, after the markets close on a Friday night, of course, I'll have cocktails with friends, a cigar, go out to dinner, whatever. But I'm definitely relaxing on a Friday night, Saturday night, and I'm online live on Sunday, so I certainly don't partake in any alcohol then. But for the month of October, I call it Sober October. I got that from Joe Rogan a couple of years ago, 3 years ago now. This is my third year doing it, where no booze, no carbs, and we changed up a little bit each year. I'm trying not to smoke cigars. I don't know if I need advice, so I may have to go with my cigars, but I'll just drink mineral water or something with it. So that's why I'm here, cleansing my body of toxins. I actually began last weekend, and feeling pretty good. I got to be honest with you, feeling pretty good. So down about 3 or 4 pounds already. The goal is to be down about another 8 pounds by November 1. So here we are. We're spending Friday night together. Let's do this. I just popped a link into this morning's video. Check it out. Reason why not to have a knee-jerk reaction. What we're going to talk about tonight are some recent headlines that came out this evening. The president was taken to Walter Reed Hospital. And the headline is that as a precautionary measure, God willing, it's only a precautionary measure, and not something more dire. My wife is a nurse, and we were just talking about COVID now versus COVID back in February, March, and the way they treat it is completely different. The probability of survival is so far greater. So prayers out to him, but he has been taken to the hospital. Hopefully we hear from him by the open on Monday morning. Not to keep this just about business, but that's why you're listening right now. It has to do with business, so we want to talk about that and wish him well, his family well as well. So that's the headlines out of late. Let's see if they changed it all. Let's do a quick refresh. No, nothing else. So I'm going to talk about a couple of charts that I went over with members on the weekend comments area. It's already been posted in the members area, and I've already sent it out via email. So if you're a member, go check it out. That's where we do the analysis of the price action on the week. If you are on my YouTube channel, go to Thursday night if you want to see my analysis for how we closed out the quarter. It's linked there, Thursday night stock charts live. And we do a deep dive. We take a look at, on the weekends, a look at the markets, how did they close? And because that gives us an idea of how they may open on Monday morning. And I'll talk about some of the stocks that we discussed on that video from a higher level view. I'm not going to do a deep dive, but members, it's posted in the members area along with updates regarding our positions. Let's go to some comments. What's MES again? Oh, I never know the symbols on futures. I know GL or GC is gold. This is S&P futures. Duh. Jeremiah, a lot of downers were up today. My portfolio ended up today. Yeah, and that's, what we're seeing right now is a sector rotation. If you take a look at, let's do this. Gotcha. What's the MES are what? The minis? Now you got me thinking about this. Hold on, amigo. MES, yeah, the micro. Gotcha. Okay. And the ES are the minis. Okay. I got to be honest with you. I'm not a futures trader. I just use them for analytical purposes. I couldn't tell you the difference between either one, to be honest with you. So, me being real, as the kids say. Gotcha. All right. So, Jeremiah, a lot of downers were up today. Okay. So, let's talk about that. I want to talk about a couple of charts. This is my logo from this morning. Do not panic on that video. And hopefully nobody did. Because in the end, we had a good week. All right, so we're going to bring up a chart of, let's just go with the spiders. And let's bring up a chart of the Qs. And we're going to go with a weekly chart. Now, if you take a look at the S&P 500, it was up over 1.5%. Excuse me. On the week. Whereas the leaders from the March bottom, and let's face it, for the past couple of years, the triple Qs were only up slightly over a percentage point. So where was the strength? And the strength can be found in areas that you wouldn't expect it. And that strength was in the Dow Transports, which is only up about 6% last quarter, but let's go back to that quarterly chart really quick. But this is what I mentioned on Thursday. We broke out last quarter. This quarter, we're holding the breakout point. Now, I believe that while the transports didn't outperform, they stabilized. I think they're poised for a continuation breakout. And where you saw strength was on the HGX. This is the home building index. It was up nearly 7% on the week. So much for Facebook. Give me home builders. You're seeing sector rotation. Mr. D, I wonder why tips are trading up, but Bitcoin is trending down. The tips, so good question. Yes, real estate. It's the flight from the cities. Big trade. So the tips, what you saw in the tips, and I covered this with members on the weekend commissary, is that while on a weekly chart, you did see an up week. Fair point. You made a fair point. The point I made out was that we sold well off the highs of the week, and what concerned me most was the volume. Look at this volume. When you see volume that high, yet in real terms, closing price terms, on a percentage basis, you're only up 0.07%. What that is churning. Churning is basically institutional money taking every bit that they can and rotating out. So this should be concerning if you are a bull on the tips. Short term anyway. Longer term, I think they're going up higher. And on a daily basis, they were really weak on Wednesday. Weakened up even more on Thursday. Today, Doji Star formation. Stokes weakening up. There's a lot of pressure on the tips right now. So, all is not what it seems. We can see a fairly decent pullback in the tips. So, also keep in mind, why are the tips weak? Take a look at the 10-year yield. I'll pop this in. I don't know whether or not you're going to be able to open it up. If you take a look at the 10-year yield, we broke out last week. And we closed at the highs of the week. Very, very important. So the strengthening yield is putting pressure on tips. Unless, of course, inflation gets completely out of whack and goes up, shooting up higher, and interest rates still run up high enough to fight inflation, then tips can move up higher. Right now, we don't have hyperinflation. Right? We do have inflation, but we don't have hyperinflation or inflation of the 70s. So that's the story on the tips. Let's talk about the stocks that we're watching for the coming week. You can see all these charts are the ones I went over on the weekend commissary. Did a lot of charts this week. All right. And the world economy, yeah, well, if you take a look at the EEM, the emerging markets ETF, very powerful setup. I mean, let's bring it up. I don't want to just leave you out there hanging. Let's bring it up and talk about it for a moment. I mean, I'm not having a cocktail tonight. Sober October for those who are just joining. Hey, Rick. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. All right. What was I going to do? I forgot. Just had a brain fart. Oh, yeah. I was going to bring up EEM. Let's bring up EEM. If you take a look at EEM on a quarterly basis, I'm going to remember which chart list I have it on. If you take a look at EEM, what's that family of funds it's under? iShares. Okay. All right. We'll do a deep dive on EEM. EEM is a monster. It's had two great consecutive quarters. We're down so far this quarter, like a quarter percentage point. But take a look at the Stokes, higher lows. We've broken out already on RSI. I think we're breaking out fairly soon on EEM. So we'll be looking to build. We're already long of emerging markets. We're not overweight, but we will be looking to put on a larger trade. The past week, looking good. A little bit of a fade on the week, but I think that ultimately we are breaking out, especially if the U.S. dollar drops. If the dollar breaks, EEM is going to go like this because what they have, these emerging markets, are dollar-denominated debt. So if the dollar goes down, it's like a tax cut for them on their debt. So good for them. And that's where we want to be, especially if there's inflation in the United States. Because you're going to see dollar drop and EEM is going to take off along with gold. Rick, thank you, brother. Please smash that like button, please. Thank you. I can't tell you how many times viewers saved me on that. All right. Amigo, we'll do XOU. Okay. SPY puts and calls last week, and this week, what a ride. I bet you had a wild ride. Trading options. All right. Let's take a look at the stocks we're watching for the coming week. I'm just going to do a high-level view, the weekly charts, and then we'll take some chart requests. First one up, Shake Shack. Really nice weekly chart. We got overbought back here. In August. Then into September, pulled back. Nice consolidation, a bounce off of support last week. And I'm drinking a ton of water this month. Gotta drop weight. Higher lows on Stokes. Look at the Stokes. They're hooking up. Higher lows. Good stuff. Loving RSI here. Stair-stepping higher. Volume could have been better. But Shake Shack looking good as a long. So let's do this. I want to bring up Shake Shack on TrendSpider. I want to take a look at seasonality. You can tell I was scanning stocks earlier. Let's bring up SHAK. Jeremiah, silver did really good Thursday after many down days. Yeah, we have a position in silver. I'm a bit cautious on it right now because you brought up, you just gave me a reminder to check out seasonality on silver. We're along with the AGQ, so I'm going to do that right after I do Shake Shack. All right, so we took a look at Shake Shack weekly basis on stockcharts.com. I also like to use TrendSpider, which is absolutely an outstanding product. And when you do some analysis here, using that, you can see that we broke out. These are automated trend lines, folks. Click of a button right here. Pop. So you can see we broke out the week of August the 8th. Beautiful rally. Then we settled back. Take note of where we settled down last week. Right at a volume shove. And we blew through it like a hot knife through butter. This is a strong stock. So I think that we are breaking out next week, and probably early next week. So I'm going to create an alert. If we touch a bounce, all right, long entry. I know I spelled that wrong. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, good. All right, so our alert's set. So what I want to do is know when I get a retest of support next week, if that happens, or I want to know if we break out to new weekly highs. Let me bust my chops for you. Oh, there we go. Okay, breakthrough. Touch. Boom. So we're setting up our criteria right now because we use a rules-based approach to our entries. Okay, so we'll keep this active for the next 5 days. Good to go. Now, Shake Shack, I'm not sure how long they've been public. I don't think that long. All right, there's some data here. So I'm going to bring out the seasonality. This is thin data. It's only going back 6 years. But what this is telling us is the seasonality of Shake Shack going back over the past 6 years. And you can see that September and October are not wonderful periods of time. November's great. But in September of this year, I mean, it was a pretty decent. Actually, no, it was a consolidation month. So net wasn't a big move on the month, but it was up. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it was down. I'm looking at October. So it was down. Seasonality was good last month. It was accurate. So just beware. Seasonality for the month of October is not good. Okay. So our alerts are set. We're good to go here. What else is good is, see this? All these so-called analysts, you only have 2, 3 with a buy, but you have a lot of coverage. And you have holds, which are basically sells, and a couple of sells on there. What's good about having this list, I don't care who upgraded what. What I care about when I see so many sells and holds, I think of the headlines that are probably going to come out, upgrading the stock as the shares begin to gain more momentum. So to me, that's a contrarian indicator that, you know what, that's a positive, not a negative. If you have everybody with a buy on the stock, they could reiterate a buy, but who really cares? So good stuff. A lot of potential positive headlines coming out. And if you like TrendSpider, 35% discount code below. Use that link to go over to their website in the video description area. PTON. Oh, Peloton? It's a monster. It's a monster. Weekly chart, gorgeous. Daily chart. It's getting frothy, as noted by the topping tail, but there's more upside here. We had a nice breakout the week before last. I'm back on the weekly chart. Seasonality. This is a new issue, so it's not even worth taking a look at seasonality here. RSI is strong. Stokes is strong. I'm bullish on it. I think it's still going up higher. If you get a pullback to the top of this volume shelf at 95.58, that's a good buy entry point. You want to watch and see at the end of the day whether or not it holds or does it break. So that would be a good entry point. If we pull back, test it, ideally retest it again, and add to your trade or open a trade. That's what I would do. Yeah, well, the volatility, you're going by the VIX. What is volatility here? All right. It still can go higher. I have I have a way of trading which is contrarian trading, trading extreme stocks. And that's where I got the contrarian trader from because I developed a formula for buying extreme oversold stocks and shorting extreme overbought stocks. And we could bring PTON up and talk about it for a moment. No, Peloton's only got RSI 70. What was I? Oh, I was looking at the Stokes. No, it's not. It's not at 80. Oh, Vol at 80. Vol at 80. Yeah, I think. Yeah, PTON's going up higher. What do you mean volatility 80, amigo? I'm confused on that. Can you clarify? I thought you meant RSI 80. My bad. Yeah, gorgeous chart. Going up higher. Good volume today. Good stuff. But I would wait for a pullback to enter. I mean, it's getting a bit frothy, but a beautiful chart nonetheless. All right, let's go on to the other best stock charts for the coming week. We have Rent-A-Center. Weekly chart. Bullish key reversal on the week. These are the stocks that we're looking to trade this coming week. So we have weekly chart, bullish key reversal, no breakout yet, but take note of your Stokes. The Stokes are hooking up, as is RSI. I think we're breaking out next week on Rent-A-Center. And Rent-A-Center, remember that chart I brought up initially about the home building index? There's a lot of home sales going on right now. What do people do? They stage houses for sale. And this is what Rent-A-Center does. You rent furniture, TVs, whatnot, and you need temporary furniture or what have you, and you go to Rent-A-Center. So they're beneficiaries of this housing boom that we're seeing right now. Let's take a look at them on TrendSpider. Now, they've been around a while, so we're going to have seasonality here. Nice consolidation last week. We broke out above prior resistance and closed there. I want to know when we touch or bounce support. We'll keep that active for a few days. Sensitivity, let's bring that down a bit. And we're good. Set it and forget it. Let's go to seasonality. October, not a good month for Rent-A-Center, but we're in a housing boom. So I wouldn't rely too much on seasonality this year. November, it shoots up through the roof. 80% up over the past. This is only 6 years worth of data. You know, way too thin. There's got to be more data than that. This company's been around a while. Yeah. Let's go back 26 years. October's still bad. November, seasonally positive. So I like Rent-A-Center on a weekly breakout and or a pullback and a retest. Sleep Member, another chart that we like for the coming week. We broke out last week. Beautiful breakout. This is a mattress company. Again, another housing play. Volume is a bit light, but you gotta love this inverted head and shoulders setup on Ultimate Oscillator. If you take a look, let's move up the Ultimate Oscillator above the price to easily see what it looks like relatively. So you had all this volatility in here. And all the while, Ultimate Oscillator refused to close down below 50. It was just like a big to the price action. And this week, it broke out. This is the market sending you a signal. Price down, Ultimate Oscillator won't go down. Stubborn, good stock. Let's go to seasonality. Weekly chart. Here's our breakout. I want to know if and when we touch and do a retest of support. And we are good to go. Nice chart. Higher lows still, higher lows in RSI. Good stuff. Let's look at seasonality. We have seasonality here going back 18 years. October, bullish month, up over, usually 53% of the time it's up. It rises in November. So we're in a seasonally favorable period of time. Drops off in December, but January through April, huge months for Sleep Member. Interesting. So we have our alerts set. We're good to go here. Oh, I wanted to take a look at silver. AGQ I'm going to use because I own it. And I want to take a look at the seasonality factor. Usually we're entering a period of time where gold and the miners are weak. So I want to see if there's any deviation with silver. And there is. October is generally a strong month for silver. But then it drops down in November, December, along with gold. January, as with gold, and February, favorable months for gold. So October, it does outperform gold on a seasonal basis. I forgot who asked me about that earlier, but hope that helps. All right. What other ones do I have? Is that it? I think that's it. Oh, you know what? I want to go over XHB. This is the home building ETF. Look at this outside reversal day today. W formation. God damn, this is a pretty chart. Here, this is what I look for. On a daily basis anyway. On a weekly basis, doesn't matter. W formation. Pivot point at 54.72. We closed above that today. XHB is a buy all day long. Weekly chart. Wrong one. Let's go over to weekly chart. Nice pullback, continuation breakout, monster. It's a monster chart. Look at the volume last week. Awesome. XHB. Ooh, interesting. So this is I use TrendSpider as my spell check for technical analysis as well, and it just pointed something out to me that I didn't pick off before, and that is resistance. So despite the fact that we're at all-time highs, what they're doing is they're extrapolating out prior peaks when you click this button. So we may need to see a pullback here before we get long. Thank you, TrendSpider. Nice W formation on RSI. Good stuff. Pretty sharp. Let's go to seasonality. 15 years worth of data. Very strong period of time. Up 64% in the month of October. November, up 92% of the time. Over 15 years. 69% of the time in December. Seasonably favorable period of time. Now, how much demand was pulled forward this year due to the demand for housing because people fleeing the cities? That's a question that's got to be answered. And the markets are going to answer it for us. NCES? I have no idea what made it go up to 400. Up to 400? What did they split? I'm not showing 400 here. It's a good looking chart. I'll say that. Really nice chart. What we need to do here is probably consolidate a bit more. It's got to hold $87 a share. And I don't like the RSI. It broke. Apparently, I've already been in here before because I drew these lines. Seasonably, this is not a good period of time. Oh, it's not bad. It just drops off. That's what caught my eye. It drops off dramatically in December. Seasonably good. Not great in December. Horrible in December. I wouldn't be a buyer here. Check out the daily chart. Yeah, it broke support today. Be careful. Tech is coming under pressure. I'm assuming this is a tech company. It says NetEase ads. I don't know much about them, but if they have anything related to stay-at-home COVID-type plays or technology coming under pressure with yields moving up higher, just be careful. All right, I had a couple of requests. Mr. D, ARKK. Rick, I got you on Snap. It looks like it's in need of a rest here. Or it is resting, I should say, not in need of. It's resting. On a monthly chart. We're consolidating. Weekly chart. We broke out last week. We had broken down, rallied back, This week we gapped up higher, but faded on the week. We closed off the highs of the week, well off the highs of the week. So we closed lower than where we opened, which is why it's red. Daily chart. Yeah, they tried to take it up. They couldn't rally it. They gapped it down. I don't see a rush here. I think you got to be careful. I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, I'm expecting sector rotation. We've been watching the 10-year yield. I said it was going to break out. It broke out. Technology, I'm not sure what this is. It says it's an ETF, ARK Innovation. I don't know. I hear innovation. I'm thinking technology. So if it's technology exposed, be careful. Those names are going to come under some pressure. Yeah, TradingView is a good product, Jeremiah. But I would strongly suggest TrendSpider, and not because I'm a partner there. I mean, with StockCharts.com, they have seasonality, but you got to go searching for it. Whereas with TrendSpider, it's right here. This saves me so much time. I can't tell you. Everything's at a click of a button. It just makes sense. It's just one big layout. If you want analyst rankings, bring up U.S. Steel, which I'm up big on this week. Nobody likes U.S. Steel. Take a look at the analysts here. I like it because they hate it. There's not a single goddamn buy on U.S. Steel. It was up over 7% last week. Another one, Boeing. We're along with it. Couple of buys now, but still, a lot of holds, a lot of sells. Everybody hates it. You got to be buying it now, right now. These analysts don't know preferred stock from livestock. Tell me where that comes from. I stole that from a movie. I just thought about that. Never used it before in my life. First time here. All right, Snap. So in closing, a lot of functionality here on TrendSpider that you don't have on TradingView. And I gotta tell you, link below, 35% off. All right, enough funny business. Back to business. It's Friday night. Gotta have some fun here. All right, so we broke out on the month already. Good stuff. Very nice. Exactly what you want to see. Exactly what you want to see. Forward-looking indicators, Stokes and RSI, validating the move higher. There's not much data on seasonality. I'm going to skip seasonality. So Snap looking very good through a daily chart. What did it do today? We broke out on Wednesday. No follow through yet. I think what they may do is retest this support level at $26 a share, give or take a dime, and then take it up higher. Let's go look at chart. We did ARK, right? NTES we did. I know there was another one. I can't. Jeremiah, I can't do all those. Just give me your favorite, man. I'm going to be logging off soon. Oh, XLU from Maramigo. Love the utilities. We're long of the utilities. Great week this week. Nice consolidation. I think we're breaking out probably next week. And what was surprising about the strength in the utilities this week was that yields broke out. Traditionally, the utilities and yields trade inversely to one another. So that's a pretty bullish story. I think the reason why they did break out was that the unemployment numbers or the non-farm payroll numbers came in better than expected. So people may start paying their bills again. So I like utilities. We are up on the month thus far. It's only 2 trading days, though. Let's go to a weekly chart. Weekly chart, huge move last week. So I'm probably going to be looking to add to my position as early as next week. Monday, Tuesday. Nice move today. Nice breakout up and through a volume shove. This volume shove has been a BITCH for a while now. I don't want to get demonetized by YouTube. The algos are always listening. All right. Jeremiah, STLD. Is that the one you selected? Silver, I already went over with AGQ. Tell me which one you want me to go over. I'll go over for you, pal. Rick, you're the man, Bob. Thanks for all your time and dedication, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome. Jeremiah, I already did silver, but I'll go over it again and we'll wrap it up. So, I want to talk to you first about seasonality. All right, month of October trades better than gold, but it really drops off in November and December, picks back up in January. Just be forewarned. Now, yields are breaking out. What the saving grace for silver is right now is that it's also an industrial metal. So if you take a look at U.S. steel, we'll come back to silver. You take a look at U.S. steel, it was moving up. The other industrial metal names are moving up. So I think that silver may keep a bid for a while. But in terms of technicals, this is a daily chart. I can't buy any until we break out and close above 2289 on the SLV. I do 122 every day. What is that? 122. All right, folks. With that, I want to say thank you for joining me on a Friday night with my Sober October and my No Card weekend and month. Everybody have a great remainder of your weekend. Join us Sunday Night Futures Live. Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And use the link below. If you want to get added to our 15-minute alert, that'll be emailed out to you right before we go live so you don't miss out. Click the bell button, click the subscribe button on YouTube, and everybody have a great weekend. Be well.